Well, hello, and welcome everybody. This is JC. This is We Are Spirits. And again, this is going to be the continuation of yesterday's video, which is video number 5. And this is going to be part 2 of video number 5. And we were talking about yesterday spiritual possessions, neglecting families, friends, and everybody around me. So let's go ahead and jump in right into it. So I took the job at the morgue, I was. Um, I wasn't scared. I was very interested and curious to see um, what will happen throughout time. One thing that I have to do, I guess, is verify is the fact that I was part of um, a group that had practiced Santeria from many years, um, coming from the Dominican Republic. And I've known and I've seen things that some may find hard to believe or to kind of swallow. But due to the fact that I had some sort of experience dealing with the spiritual world, I decided that the job was for me, and I was going to do whatever it took to make sure that I exceeded in it. So I was at the beginning asking questions. Um, I started telling stories about my personal lives, about personal life. I'm sorry, about my personal struggles, my problems at home with my family, my wife. I started depending more and more in the environment that I would find myself in when I was at the morgue. One thing that I also noticed too is the fact that everything at first was okay. There wasn't any type of like craziness that I can say like, hey, this happened, or like this is like scaring me. No, it wasn't nothing like that. Um, at first, you would get uh, this like, how do I say this? Like a breeze, like a cold kind of breeze that would just like pass by some way somehow, and then like kind of lingers. Sometimes you would just feel like something that kind of went through you, um, but it's hard to kind of like tell when you have an entity that is like engaging with you if you don't have any experience. It's very hard to tell um, if you have never experienced or dealt with anything like this. I I was aware of the engaging. I was aware of the transition, but I never was truly that mindful and never really cared that much to stop it. I wanted to feel and I wanted to know more. I wanted to just be part of that world, even though I live in a physical reality where the living lives. So it's kind of hard to understand and process what I'm trying to say. But to be honest with you, it's a feeling of belonging that you get after a while. But then you also have to be mindful of how deep and how far you want to go into this rabbit hole, because just the same way that I started feeling very comfortable and very invited, after a while, I started really changing, not just because of the drug abuse, because that was part of it, don't get me wrong, but it was because it was like now there was more than just a few different energies that I could tell that were engaging in, in fighting my psyche, um, because I could tell that things were becoming eerie and different just after my wife started pointing out, and some coworkers started pointing out that every time I showed up somewhere, lights were either burnt out, would flicker, or completely go dimmed. And I, even though I was like noticing all these things, I did not like. I could not put two and two together. I couldn't tell that it was me, putting out this weird energy that was causing all this like electronic failures around me, and you know, I I noticed after a little while how my kids and my wife were being affected by something, and it was like I didn't care, but somehow, some way inside of me, I did care more than I could ever tell. I I lost a lot just simply because I was blinded. I was totally blinded, and I was gone spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. I was I was useless. I I regret the day I took that job, just because I didn't know how hard and how much suffering I would have to go through. At the same time, I'm very honored, grateful, and I'm grateful and I'm honored for being able to walk the path that I walked, even though it has been a very hard one, um, because the understanding, the maturity, and the level of consciousness that I possess now is not the same as I did before I before I went through this process. This is it's tough to think about it, and I'm sorry because I'm on my break, but I have to make these videos to keep on going. But the fact that I have to sometimes go back to those memories when things were happening at my house, um, and my kids and my wife were experiencing these things. Um, Totally breaks my heart. On the next video, I'm going to explain um, what happened after I started noticing that my kids and my wife were were being affected by different entities. So I'm going to make a part 3 to video number 5, just so we can kind of wrap it up, and then um, I guess we are going to move on to the awakening and near-death experience, um, part of the story. But that's gonna be a few parts to that story because it's a bit long. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna do part 3 to um, video number 5, and it will be about um, what happened after I noticed that my wife and kids were being affected by the entities that were following me home. All right, guys. Till the next time. Again, this is JC, and we are spirits. Take care.